It was a headline that stopped me in my tracks. Philippines ranked #1 in English proficiency for non-native countries. For years, the story was different. Stereotypes, doubts, whispers that English was fading here. As a journalist, I chase stories that challenge what we think we know. This felt like one of those stories, so I booked a flight. My destination, Manila. I wanted to see how English became a source of pride and connection for Filipinos. The story was there, and I was going to find it. The moment I stepped off the plane at Ninoy Aquino International Airport, the story began to unfold. English was everywhere. Not just on signs, but in the air, spoken with clarity and warmth. An airport security officer greeted me. "Welcome to the Philippines, sir. Are you looking for the arrivals hall? It's just this way." His English was effortless, tinged with a unique musicality, alive and personal. "Enjoy your stay, sir. We are happy to have you." This simple exchange set the tone for my journey. Here, English was a language of service, of welcome, of genuine human connection. My taxi driver, Rico, continued the lesson as we navigated Manila traffic. "My daughter is studying to be a nurse," he told me, eyes bright with pride. "She wants to work abroad. Her English is better than mine." For him, English was not just a skill, it was a key to opportunity for the next generation. Rico pointed out landmarks, switching between English and Tagalog, sharing stories and history. His narrative was rich, a testament to a mind moving fluidly between two languages. I realized then, English in the Philippines wasn't about replacing local culture, but adding another layer to it. It created a dynamic, modern identity that was uniquely Filipino. English was not foreign here, it was part of the national fabric. The city pulsed with a rhythm of openness and ambition. The next few days in Manila were a deep dive into the city's rhythm. English was the unofficial language of daily commerce and casual interaction. At a coffee shop, a young barista named Angela greeted me. "Good morning, sir. What can I get for you today?" We chatted about her marketing classes, her love for K-pop, and her dream of starting an online business. Her English fluent and enthusiastic. Later, lost in Quiapo, a traffic officer approached. "You seem a bit lost, sir. Can I help you find your way?" He gave me clear directions, switching seamlessly between English and hand signals. In a local market, Maria, a vendor, explained the difference between mangoes. "This one, Carabao mango, is the sweetest. Very famous, you must try." Her English was practical, born from years of interacting with tourists. These encounters formed a consistent pattern. From students to traffic officers to market vendors, English was the common thread. It connected people from all walks of life, breaking down barriers and fostering understanding. It was not just spoken, it was lived. English was the pulse of the city, beating with ambition. This was a nation looking outward. To truly understand the story, I left the capital for a small town in Laguna. There, I was invited to dinner by Elena, a local teacher. 3 generations lived under one roof, and the conversation flowed effortlessly between English and Tagalog. Elena's children spoke to me in fluent English, excitedly asking about life in New York and sharing their favorite Marvel movies. Their English was confident, shaped by the internet and global pop culture, a window to the world. Elena's mother spoke a more formal English, recalling a time when the language was a sign of good education. Her stories added historical depth, showing how English had evolved with each generation. What struck me most was how English served as a bridge within the family. The language wasn't a barrier, it was a tool for connection. It was a shared inheritance, a living legacy passed down through the family. English united generations, past and present. Back in Manila, I attended a press conference for a fast-growing Filipino tech startup. The company had just secured major international funding, and the atmosphere was electric. The CEO, Isabel Reyes, spoke with confidence and clarity, her English sharp and persuasive. "Our ambition is global," she declared. "Our ability to communicate that vision universally is our greatest asset. English is the language of the global economy, and we speak it fluently." Her team answered questions from journalists around the world, discussing complex topics with ease. Their proficiency in English was not just an advantage, it was essential. It allowed them to compete globally, attract investment, and build a brand from Manila. Young employees told me English was the default language in their office, for coding, brainstorming, and collaborating with clients worldwide. For them, English was the language of innovation and opportunity. It unlocked their potential and connected them to the world. The future of Filipino tech was being written in English. To see where this proficiency began, I visited a public elementary school in a rural province. The school was simple, but the spirit was strong. I sat in on a 6th grade English class led by Mr. Santos, who used humor and a mix of English and the local dialect to engage his students. The children eagerly described a picture of a beach. The sand is white and fine, the water is blue and clear. Their accents varied, but their effort was universal. Mr. Santos corrected grammar with encouragement. "Excellent try, let's say it this way. The water is a clear, blue color." English was taught not as a rigid set of rules, but as a living tool for expression. Students were encouraged to share their own stories and ideas. For them, learning English was an adventure, a connection to a bigger world. It was the language of cartoons, songs, and dreams. During a break, Mr. Santos told me about the challenges: lack of books, large classes, limited technology. "But we have the most important resource, the children's desire to learn," he said. "They see relatives working abroad, communicating with the world. They know English is their passport. As a teacher, it is my duty to give them that passport, to open the door for them. It is the greatest gift I can give." Filipino English is more than just a means of communication. It has its own soul. It's vibrant and expressive, infused with the warmth and personality of the Filipino people. This unique flavor, often called Filipino English or Taglish, is a sign of ownership, not incorrect usage. The Filipino people have woven English into their culture, creating something new and dynamic. You hear it in playful banter, respectful honorifics, and creative turns of phrase. In media, talk show hosts and musicians blend English and Tagalog, reflecting a bilingual reality. This fusion is a celebration of dual identity, a culture both deeply local and openly global. The language is a living, breathing part of national identity. It carries the history of the past, the energy of the present, and the aspirations for the future. To dismiss these nuances as wrong is to miss the point. The true story of Filipino English is one of adaptation, creativity, and cultural confidence. My journey through the Philippines challenged every stereotype I'd heard. The reality was far more complex and inspiring than the cliches. The Philippines is not just maintaining its English proficiency, it is redefining it. English is no longer just a relic of colonialism, it's a tool of empowerment and cultural exchange. People speak it by choice, seeing it as vital for navigating the modern world. The Philippines challenges the idea that English belongs only to native-speaking nations. Here, it enriches culture, not replaces it. The global ranking was no anomaly. It was the result of decades of commitment and ambition. The story of English in the Philippines is about expanding culture, forging a modern identity, and writing a new narrative every day. As my plane took off from Manila, I reflected on the voices I'd heard. The taxi driver, the barista, the teacher, the CEO, the family. Their stories painted a vivid picture of a nation united by a shared language and dream. English in the Philippines is not just about proficiency scores, it's about human connection. It's a bridge built of words, understanding, and heart. Language here is a reflection of the Filipino spirit, resilient, warm, and optimistic. This is not just a second language. It's a language of hospitality and hope. The world can learn from the Philippine model language as a tool for empathy and opportunity. The headline that started my journey was right, but the real triumph is how Filipinos have made English their own. They've turned a piece of history into a tool for the future, and they've done it with a character and heart that is unmistakably, inspiringly Filipino.